What is going on, everybody? It's the Frost, and we are here for AEW on TNT review. As this is going to be like this was the night that Cody takes his 10 lashings, the lashings to get to Revolution, which is going to be at the end of the month, February 29th. The lashings are coming. They came and they were brutal as can be. One other thing that happened on this night and happened on Tuesday night, it looks like the Nightmare Collective is finally coming to an end. Everybody can sit there and rejoice because Brandy, during this last segment, came out as Brandy Rhodes. She was the emotional babyface. She was there on her husband's corner, telling him, "Man, I wish I could do this for you, but you have one more," as it came towards the end of it. And this match is going to be, you're going, like, Jon Moxley and Chris Jericho are the headline match. But I honestly think when we get done with Revolution, everyone's going to be talking about MJF and Cody over the world title. That's not a bad thing, because Cody and MJF have been building since Full Gear. That is November. Moxley and Chris Jericho have only really been building since the end of December. So, getting to where it is, this is going to be fantastic. Speaking of Jon Moxley, he opened the show with Ortiz, with Santana. This is Ortiz for a singles match. This match is, of course, I figured because Moxley has a match in Japan on Sunday against Minoru Suzuki for the United States Championship of New Japan's IWGP ranks. I figured this was going to be a match that we would see to start off the show. So, this match is going on. They're having themselves a hell of a match. Moxley is getting himself beat up a little bit. Ortiz is getting him. Ortiz flips out of the floor. Ortiz with a diving splash onto the top rope. Cover 2. Fisherman suplex, but another 2 counts. His hand on the apron. Ortiz mistakenly knocks him off. Moxley with the Death Rider. 1, 2, 3. Now, after the match, he stares over at Jericho on commentary, but Santana attacks him from behind. Moxley hits the Death Rider to clear him out, then holds up the key to Jericho's 4GT. Moxley then looks at Jericho and says, "Eye for an eye," and he grabs Santana's eye with the key before Hager and Guevara can get to the ring. Moxley heads off through the crowd and taunts Jericho a bit more as medical personnel check on Santana. So, okay, that means that Santana is going to be probably out of commission. I think Moxley is going to do everything he can to make this more of a fair fight when we get to AEW, when we get to Revolution. He's going to make sure that Santana, Ortiz, Hagar, and Sammy Guevara are out of commission, so it's a one-on-one match. SCU versus the Best Friends. Trent Beretta and Chuck E.T. Orange Cassidy, of course, at ringside. No Christopher Daniels anywhere. So this was another fun match. Because AEW shows you how to have fun matches, and shows you that tag team wrestling works. I still remember a couple weeks ago, the Revival came out, and one of them came out and said tag team wrestling doesn't draw. And then Joey Janela came out and said in AEW it does. Those two will be out of the way eventually. And I'd say Full Gear, by the time we get to All Out, Scott Dawson, Dash Wilder, whatever their names are going to be used, will be in AEW. Fighting for the AEW tag team titles. Probably winning them by the time we get to Full Gear. Or whatever the pay-per-view is, which I think is still going to be Full Gear. Hopefully not in Baltimore. I don't think pay-per-views outside of I don't think pay-per-view should stay in one city. Best Friends able to recover after a assisted swinging DDT. They take on SCU for a moment, get the big hug. Best Friends look for a strong zeal, but Sky pulls down Taylor from the apron. It's a big boot, sending Kazarian into the Yoshi Tonic on Trent for the victory. After the match, though, the Dark Order, Minions, and Grayson hit the ring and attack both teams. Evil Uno slowly makes his way to the ring as the group sends the other team to the floor. Dark Order line up and do their top. Orange Cassidy gets in the ring. Uno offers him a mask. He goes, it looks like he's going to do something. He lays his hands up and then puts them back in his pocket. Immediately saying, nah, I'm cool. I don't need this. Do you really think Orange Cassidy would join the Dark Order? I sure as hell wouldn't. Christopher Daniels runs down after Orange Cassidy gets attacked and tells them to fight him. They all slide out of the ring. Unos talks to Grayson's ears. Daniels yelling at the group. He actually drops to the mat and is like, "Come on, fight me! Come beat me up! Come on, bring it on!" They don't want nothing to do with Christopher Daniels. Could Christopher Daniels become the Exalted One? Could Christopher Daniels be the one behind all this? I don't think so. This could be a red herring. They don't want to mess with Christopher Daniels. I'm still saying that because there was two tall guys in masks and bodysuits. I'm still saying one of these is Brandon Cutler. I don't know who the other one is. Maybe the other one is just a stand-in, and maybe that other one is Christopher Daniels. I have no idea. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Earlier today and yesterday, Taz talked to Cody about the 10 lashes with MJF. Says it will be a tough to watch. Feels like MJF is taking things a bit too far. Taz says it also validates how badly Cody wants to get his hands on MJF at Revolution. That is, of course, going to be your final segment of this show. Next thing up is Britt Baker versus Yuka Sakazaki, making her AEW on TNT debut. The first time we have seen Yuka Sakazaki since Fighter Fest, I believe it was. Fighter Fest. A short match here. Baker goes for the lockjaw. She pulls at the hair, but the hold gets broken up. Sakazaki then twists her into a crucifix pin for the 1-2-3. After the match, Baker gets the bell and whacks Sakazaki over the back. She goes to swing again, and Aubrey Edwards takes it away. Baker then puts Sakazaki's mouth around the bottom rope and stops her head down on it. Blood is coming out. Yuka Sakazaki puts her hand to her mouth, looks down, and she has a tooth. She broke one of Yuka's teeth. It is absolutely disgusting. You see this pile of blood and a tooth. Baker then puts lockjaw on Yuka again. Edwards gets her up to break the hold and checks on Yuka. So, Britt Baker is using her dentistry to her advantage now. The fact that she actually broke one, I hope that was not a real tooth, but of course there was a lot of blood, so it was probably real. That's a damn shame. Hopefully they'll have Yuka Sakazaki get that fixed. That was absolutely disgusting. Britt Baker is going down this road of madness again, so that is good. Let's see how far she goes and how much more evil she can get. Kenny Omega, Adam Hangman Page, the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros, Butcher, and the Blade. I would have hoped they would have went with the Dark Order on this one. It would have made more sense because the Dark Order attacked these guys except for Hangman Page on the 18th. But it seemed like they dropped the ball when people criticized what happened with the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and everyone else getting attacked by the Dark Order in that terrible segment on the 18th of December. And it just seems like that they dropped that and they just want to go after Christopher Daniels. Nice looking match here. Page with a fall-away slam on the Butcher. Kip up, Page selling a knee injury. Omega wants to tag, but Blade pulls him off the apron. Bucks want to tag. Page passes, turns around and eats a sling blade. Penta driver hits on Page. Phoenix clears out the Young Bucks. Pentagon with a cover on Page for the victory. Bucks are unhappy in how that went down. This, of course, is leading to the Young Bucks versus Page and Omega, and Page turning on the Elites. That is where this is going. So, the Blade, the Butcher, and the Lucha Bros win, but after the match, Nick and Matt are arguing with Page. Omega trying to play peacemaker as Page bounces from the ring, looking for a beer and heads to the crowd. Tony Schiavone is in the ring with Kenny Omega, but we cut to her back with Pac standing with Lexi Nair and Riho. He tells Lexi to get out of here and threatens Riho, just asking Omega for his match. Omega, he stares and just slowly walks to Riho. And then he looks back and says, "You can stop this, Kenny. All you have to do is accept the match." And Omega's like, you know what? You have the match. You have your match. Pac says, You don't think I would actually put my hands on a woman, would you? I may be a bastard, but I'm not a beast. She is. See you later, Kenny. And out of nowhere comes Nyla Rose. Charges out, hits her from behind, power bombs her onto the table because the table did not break. Then says, Leo, next week you are marked. I got your ass. And it looks like we have a match for the title next week. I find it kind of odd that right before Revolution, Rio is putting her title on the line. 2 weeks. 2 weeks before Revolution, Rio puts the title on the line. Why? Do they have better plans for me? Because there's no way Rio's losing the title before Revolution if she's putting the title on the line. Nyla Rose is not winning the title. I know I don't think AEW is ready for that backlash with Riho losing the championship to Nyla Rose. There's a lot of people who have like Nyla Rose has a lot of detractors and a lot of people who don't like Nyla Rose, and in the women's division because of who she really is and how she is. I have no problem with it. She's identified how she is. People need to get over that shit. But AEW, I don't think is going to give her the title just yet. Eventually, but not yet. So, who is going to defeat Riho? I think it's going to be Shida, and I think it's going to be at Revolution, but there hasn't been anything concrete about a title match at Revolution. Darby Allin vignette, we see flashbacks of Allin getting thrown down on his skateboard neck first. Allin is outside, there's a cardboard cutout of Jericho and Sammy hugging. Allin has a flamethrower and burns out the cutout. So maybe, just maybe, we're getting Darby Allin versus Sammy Guevara at Revolution. People asked for it last week after Darby Allin was viciously attacked by Sammy Guevara in the InnerCircle. So it wouldn't surprise me if we get to Revolution and boom, it's Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin, which I think would be a fantastic match. Kip Sabian with Penelope Ford versus Joey Janela. This one has history for the simple fact is Joey Janela and Penelope Ford, when AEW started, were together. When Joey Janela made his first appearance in AEW during that press conference back last year, Penelope Ford was by his side, and now 1 year later, Penelope Ford is by Kip Sabian's side, so you have this match. Okay match here. Janela with multiple forearms to the face. Discus lariat, no. Sabian with a DDT. Ford on the apron, kisses Sabian. Janela charges in. Sabian moves and hits Ford off the floor. Sabian rolls up Janela, gets a handful of tights for the 1, 2, 3. Ford is held to the back by Sabian. Backstage, Alex Marvez with talk with the InnerCircle. Jericho takes the mic and kicks him out. Jericho wonders what kind of trash would spike a man in the eye? Which, of course, this is Jericho just being Jericho. Jericho says Moxley is going to pay for what he did. Santana takes the mic and says he's had a bad mouth. Now he's going to bring something that Moxley has never seen. You said you tried to take my eye. Next week, it's eye for an eye. He wants a match next week, so it looks like we're going to get Santana versus Moxley. Next, backstage, Lexi is trying to get words with Paige. Young Bucks ask Paige what the problem is. He said he should have made the tag. Nick says if he keeps acting this way, he's going to lose those titles next week against SCU. Matt says he knows what the problem is and takes Paige's cup of beer away. The brothers head off. Paige looks to think about it for a moment, and then Manly brings up a pitcher of beer and drinks some. No. The Drunken Cowboy. That's what we're going with. Now, in 2 weeks, Tag Team Battle Royal for his title shot at Revolution on February 29th. And in 3 weeks, Pac versus Kenny Omega 30-minute Iron Man match. My predictions on the Battle Royal, Young Bucks are winning it, no doubt about it. We're going to get Young Bucks versus Hangman Adam Page and Kenny Omega. I honestly think next week, if the SCU is getting a tag team title rematch next week, I think that should be the first DQ in AEW's history. That should be where we get a DQ. Hangman and them keep the titles because of X, Y, and Z, whatever it is. Hangman and Omega keep the titles. And then we go and have Kenny Omega and Adam Hangman Page take on the Young Bucks, and the Young Bucks are going to beat them for the titles. Because I think it's the way the story needs to go. You're not going to have SCU win the titles back and just have them go with that. Earlier in the day, Dustin Rhodes comments on MJF giving Cody 10 lashes, saying it would be very uncomfortable for him and the world to watch. Tells MJF that Cody is a lot tougher than MJ thinks, and Cody's got this. And we have our main event segment. MJF and Wardlow head to the ring. Cody then follows as we get a break. Cody takes his shirt off, but Cody takes the mic first before getting the lashes. MJF says his belt is too nice to him for his, and he wants Cody's. Cody's like, oh, jeez, come on, really? But he's like, fine, whatever, hands it over. Also, referee in the ring to count the lashes. He cracks Cody over the shoulder. The Butcher, the Blade, Kip Sabian, the Bunny, Britt Baker, and Sammy Guevara come out to the stage to watch. MJF cracks him again, and Cody gets in his face. MJF tells him to hit him, but he doesn't. MJF hits a third one. Cody goes down to the mat. Out from the back comes Arn Anderson to encourage Cody to get up. MJF yells at Arn, "You can't help him, old man." MJF with the fourth on the arm. Cody's down. Back up again for another one. Fifth one lands right in the middle of the back. You can start seeing the welts on his back. It's absolutely disgusting. Loving it. MJF yells at Cody to quit. Dustin comes out now, and he gets in the ring and says, you know what? Give the rest of them to me. Give me the rest of them. Looks to go to remove his shirt, but MJF says, it doesn't work that way, Dustin. It has to be him. So get out of my ring and let this Lashings continue. MJF says, Cody talks to Dustin. He tells Dustin to go out and watch like everybody else. 6th and 7th lashes, quick ones when Cody falls down on the mat as Dustin cheers him on. Young Bucks head out to the ring as MJF yells at Cody to quit. Bucks encourage him as a bit, and Cody rolls out of the ring. He gears back up for the next shot. MJF hits another one on the arm in the middle of the ring. "Stay down, bitch," he yells. Cody signals he has 2 more, singing MJF the middle finger. MJF goes for the next one, but Wardlow stops him. Takes his jacket off. He wants to give that ninth shot. He hands over the belt, and Wardlow hits him so hard. I thought he was going to die. Oh, holy hell, that hurt. That looked painfully bad. Bennington walks out to the ring and holds Cody's hand. She says, "I would take these 2 if I could. I would do this for you if I could, but you only have 1 more." Cody, whose hand is bleeding, grabs her hand and kisses it. Cody tearing up as he stands up for the final shot. MJF lands a shot, hits him in the chest over the Dusty Rhodes sign. His tattoo is for Dusty. MJF seems mad that Cody actually made it through all 10 of them because he doesn't want this match. He doesn't want this match at all. Cody's supporters get into the ring to help Cody. MJF turns around, kicks him in the balls. MJF and him run out of the ring through the crowd as the AEW roster run out to the ring. It's a fan, and it looks like a fan, but I think it was Kazarian actually who attacked MJF. They beat the hell out of him. And we go back to the ring and see that Cody Rhodes is recovering from the lashes. That's how AEW goes off the air. Now, Nightmare Collective has got to be done. Plain and simple. You don't bring Brandy Rhodes out like this and expect her to just go back to being part of the Nightmare Collective. Brandy Rhodes is better as a babyface. He's better as the supporting figure in her husband's career. He's not a good wrestler. He's not good on the mic. He needs to be that side. Like, I know they have Arn. She needs to be in the corner of when we get to this show at Revolution. I expect Brandy to be out there. I expect Dustin to be out there and Arn to be out there as they watch Cody Rhodes get his hands on MJF. Revolution is going to be a fantastic pay-per-view. Probably the best pay-per-view of the year so far. Probably maybe one of the best pay-per-views of the year. By the way, Double or Nothing 2020 was announced. I believe it's May 23rd, 2020, which we're going back to the MGM. Nope, not May 23rd. No, that's March. Let's see. Yeah, May 23rd, Saturday, May 23rd, 2020. Get ready to go Double or Nothing again. And let's see. Revolution's coming up. Hope they have something for March and April for like pay-per-view type shows, because honestly they can do that. They did it with Bash at the Beach. Give me a Great American Bash episode of AEW on TNT in November. In March or April. And then the other one, give me something. But don't just have these like all 8 or so shows in between in these 2 months of March and April just be regular TNT shows. I think they need to have pay-per-view qualities, because if you're only doing 4 pay-per-views a year, you need to have pay-per-view-esque shows during the months that you don't have a pay-per-view. This was, I think, the best segment. This final segment on TNT this week, I think, was the best segment they have done thus far. Just Cody's emotion, everybody feeling like, oh my god, how's he going to go through this? Dustin, the Young Bucks coming out. Brandy sealed the deal. Brandy coming out, being emotional, being Brandy Rhodes and not the leader of the Nightmare Collective, being the wife of Cody, the emotion coming out of her voice as she's saying that you got one more of these. Get up, you got one more of these. I think sealed the deal and made this the best it could. But that is your AEW on TNT review. Hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video. Find me on Twitter at The France Club. Find me on twitch.tv/The France Club. And I'll see you guys tomorrow